YouTube, welcome to Cafe Inoma and welcome to our reaction to Depeche Mode. We are going to react to the song Everything Counts. This is part of our Rockfest 2022 on Inoma. Let's get started with our first time single take honest reaction to this one, Everything Counts.
World. Everything counts in large amounts. The graph on the wall tells the story. Picture it now, see just how the lies and deceit gained a little more power. Confidence taken in by a suntan and a grin. The grabbing hands grab all they can, all for themselves after all. The grabbing hands grab all they can, all for themselves after all. It's a competitive world. Everything counts in large amounts. Everything counts in large amounts. The grabbing hands grab all they can. Everything counts in large amounts. The grabbing hands grab all they can. Everything counts in large amounts. The grabbing hands grab all they can. Everything counts in large amounts. The grabbing hands grab all they can.
Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, you don't get music like this created
you don't
these
get
days.
original, sincere music like
It's
this.
got so much diversity in it. It's got that Middle Eastern influence. It's got that Oriental vibe throughout.
It's got something from around the world.
Yeah, it's mainly electronic, and that's the key to Depeche Mode's music. But apart from that, it's so uniquely crafted that it's so diverse and universal that you just enjoy it. But at its core, it's quite thought-provoking. The grabbing hands grab all they can. It's a competitive world. Really, it's a really competitive world, and everything counts in large amounts. That's the key to the whole song. Seems like they traveled and seasoned and they experienced it firsthand, and then they sat down and wrote it. Throughout history, we've seen certain empires, certain regions, certain leaders have grabbed all they can. In the case of England, where Depeche Mode is from that part of the world, if in the case of England, we have clearly seen in the last 500, 600 years, they've done their best to grab all they can, rob, loot the whole world, thieves at their core, and that's what they've done. And today, look at the state of them. Despite doing all that, they are on their knees, quite literally, living in debt, living with cancer, living with Alzheimer's, living with all kinds of problems and miseries. So it clearly shows that even if you do this, even though it's not mentioned in the song, even though you do all this, even though you grab with all that you got, and you take everything that is in large amounts, at the end of the day, it doesn't really work out for you. And that's quite clear for me. The aftermath of it should be possibly written about too by Depeche Mode. And maybe they have if they are that smart. Beautiful song though. I love the music. I love the way it was presented. It is diverse. It kind of makes you think about Korea. It kind of makes you think about Japan. It kind of makes you think of the Gulf countries, the Middle East, the whole region. It kind of makes you think of the UK and what they've done to the whole world, Commonwealth, not so common. What are your thoughts on it, Kirti?
Commonwealth. I like it. I definitely like it. More for the music and more for the way it was sung. It was mild on the ears, and I like the xylophone sound, different instruments that were coming and the sounds of them. Most importantly for me, the xylophone sound was quite, it was an element of the song. It was the main element of the song for me. Every time it came, it would bring a smile on my face because it was so wonderful and refreshing in a song. How often do you listen to xylophone in a song? This is where this one shines. Everything counts. I was wondering what everything we are talking about here, everything in bulk that counts, and everything else also that we can grab all together. So they are talking about the greed, and the greed. It never stops. But more than anything else though, I like the music of the song. That is what stood out for me.
Yeah, I must mention the flute also, the kind of flute
there
that
were other instruments too. There were different 2, 3, 4 instruments apart from the drums that were playing a vital role in the song and the entire sound of it. It was good. Thank you for watching.